sky, flowing high, feeling so alive. Roll it up tight, spark it up bright. Leave your worries behind, take flight. Riding on clouds, feeling so free. Lost in the haze, just you and me. Smoke in the air, we're in our zone. Living in the moment, never alone. Passing around in a circle we go. Sharing stories, letting our minds flow. Time slows down in a tranquil state. Every puff bringing a new escape. We're riding on clouds, feeling so free. Lost in the haze, just you and me. Smoke in the air, we're in our zone. Living in the moment, never alone. Underneath the stars we find our peace. In this euphoria, worries cease. Colors brighter, laughter sincere. In this moment, all doubts disappear. Riding on clouds, feeling so free. Lost in the haze, just you and me. Smoke in the air, we're in our zone. Living in the moment, never alone. Passing around in a circle we go. Sharing stories, letting our minds flow. Time slows down in a tranquil state. Every puff bringing a new escape. Never alone. Never alone. As the night fades and dawn starts to break, memories made, no need to fake. For in this camaraderie.
What's up, everybody? I wasn't paying attention. I was getting some shares out. Damn, that's a heavy bottle. I don't even know what a couple of these things do. That's why I brought them out, though, so that we could look them up and figure it out. Okay. I gotta mute this really quick because it's gonna be going off a couple of times. How's everybody's evening going? Welcome to Grow Talks episode 6. It should be episode 7, but we missed last week, so it is episode 6. But we are technically 7 weeks in on the Sterling 95 that we are growing for this. You guys seen the pictures I posted at the beginning of the week, or about midweek, I think it was. One of Joe's and one of mine. They are looking, or actually it was 2 of each. It was a side shot and a top shot. They are looking magnificent. Joe is on his way currently, so he will be here momentarily. And in the meantime, we're going to do a dab or get stoned somehow. Somehow, some way, right? Because that's what we do best. What's everybody smoking on tonight? What's everybody growing on this cycle? Ooh, I like that one.
That's a good one.
Don't ask me what I'm growing on this side. I hate when fucking people ask me that. Because I just look at them and go. So, I've got.
Don't lie, you love when they ask that question.
Because I actually have to sit there and try and remember every one of the names. And I don't have a piece of paper in front of me that has all the names. I got this one, 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 this one.
We only have 4.
I know. So what's everybody growing on? What do you guys use for nutrients? Currently, I am using this PK Perfect or pH Perfect technology nutrient. What's up, Michelle? Oh yeah, I was gonna tell you, could you refresh that? You beat me to it though. If you follow the label directions, pH Perfect Grow will keep your pH of your nutrient solution stable within a range optimal for nutrient uptake for 1 week. For optimal results, we recommend using reverse osmosis water up to approximately 100 ppms. This product is specially designed for use with diverse hydroponic growing media, including peat, rockwool, and extended clay pellets. What's up, Brittany? Did you get those seeds to Zach? I think Joe is on his way with the other ones. I'm kind of excited to pop some of those ones there, the Strawberry Kush. Yeah, that was the cross of the OG Kush and then Strawberry Cough.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, really good. Dab time though.
Is it strawberry cough?
No, I don't know what it is. It's that mystery dab.
Yeah.
It's that fucking shit you put in your nail and smoke it. How did everybody's Friday go? I guess I can move this closer for right now. How did everybody's Friday go? I still don't know what's wrong with those headphones. It's kind of irritating.
A little bit.
You know, I'd have probably figured it out if I hadn't fucking dicked off and I'd gone live this week like I had said. Ty was totally waiting for me to go live too because he wants to learn OBS. Part of the thing is I'll sit there and I'll be watching videos of OBS instead of being live working on OBS just so I could refresh my memory on it.
Yeah, you go down the rabbit hole again.
Yeah. Just fall completely down it.
Dab nabbit.
Joe will be here shortly, guys, and then we'll get talking more about nutrients. What does everybody use for their nutrients? Like I said, I've got a handful of different things sitting out over here. We have a liquid line and a water soluble line, which is like a powder. Oh, it's all good, Lindsay. I kind of tasted cilantro. Did I say how was everybody's Friday? I meant how was everybody's Saturday.
Oh, it is Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, how was everybody's Saturday? Prince said, come smoke. I got a show to do, bro. Go live on my setup. It's easier said than done, dude. I'll hit you up after the show, though. I was out dashing all day, or I'd hit you up to smoke before the show. And then I drove past Joann's and seen that they had their closing sale going on. 10 to 40% off everything.
That's it?
I mean,
They're closing and they're only doing 10 to 40?
it was a pretty decent price. Considering most things in there are like $5.99.
That's fair.
But they didn't have what I was looking for. I was looking for some fucking diamond bead art cases
Oh,
to store the beads in.
yeah.
But nope, I'm gonna have to order it offline, sadly. I thought I'd be able to snag one for cheap, but nope. I found a tackle box like thing there that was for like sewing that would have worked.
Yeah.
And that made me think, oh shit, dude, I should just go buy a fly tying kit. A fly tying tackle box.
At that point, you can just put a whole setup for growing or dabbing or whatever, or trading,
Well, yeah, that'd just be the seed box.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, you're good. You're good. You're good, bro. This shit always fucking confuses me. Nutrients. I just do what it says to the best of my ability. Yeah, they have a whole feeding chart. I gotta have it on my phone. I am missing a couple of different ones. I'm missing the Voodoo Juice and the B52. I'm missing the Bud Igniter, the Big Bud, the Overdrive, and the Flawless Finish. And all of those for jugs like this are like $50. I know. You could have just went full screen with it. Oh wow, that's way different than. Oh, that's 1 milliliter to liter. The one I'm looking at right here is milliliters to gallons. So, like on the grow phase,
Yeah.
week 1 on mine is 4 milliliters to a gallon
Oh, okay.
instead of 1 milliliter to a liter. And that one is just like the straight base nutrients too. Go to feeding. Go over to products. Huh. I don't know where I found this at.
I mean, if you have any questions, you can always call their grower support line.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They have. Oh, that's interesting. So up here, they're showing. So for Grow Cycle, they show 5 different nutrients. Try looking at pH Perfect feeding schedule. So up here they have 3, 4, 5 in the Grow Cycle. And then you scroll down to the second page and they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the Grow Cycle. So fuck, dude, I bet those ones. Oh man, dude, I bet those ones really put out some fucking flowers.
This is what it's
Go down. Official feeding charts. Scroll down. Liquid bases milliliter per gallon. Microbloom. There we go. That's what we're looking at. So now if you scroll all the way down, there's a second page to it. So see how it adds all these extra ones to it?
Yeah.
And then it actually tells you what it does over there, like root expanders. The orange are bud potency and stalk strengtheners. Green is, oh, so that's not up in the top one. Light blue is grow medium conditioner. Oh, you know what? I don't know. That's a water conditioner. That's just CalMag. I thought one of those was kind of like that Senzium.
Oh, okay.
Now I want to get all those other ones too. But like I said, they're all like $50 a bottle.
Yeah.
Dab time. You just missed the dab, bro. Now my phone wants to act up and not turn the podcast on. But are you going to use all that? I mean, if I have it, I'm going to use it. Because obviously if they have the schedule set up like that, I mean, it's going to produce something fat, I'm sure. Especially when you get into the bloom cycle and you're running all your bigger buds one, like your bud igniter, your big bud, your overdrive. I bet those make your buds just swell nice and thick. They got one called Nirvana and Rhino Skin. That makes me just want to fucking get all of them or get fucking enough of them to run one cycle. Like, hey guys, you want to sponsor us a cycle of nutrients? We want to see what the difference is.
Okay, start networking.
But see, that's where it gets all like super confusing. Like, dude, that is so much.
That's a chart. That's a definite chart.
That's so much to mix.
Yeah.
The 8 milliliter ones are the ones that I hate the most. Because they don't make 8 milliliter measuring things, and they don't make 3 milliliter measuring things.
Do they not sell them on their website or anything?
I'm sure they probably have something.
For specific.
I'm sure they have something, but I have a 5 milliliter and a eyedropper thing that goes up to 2.5 milliliters. Hey there! You're good, bro. Don't trip. I've been able to keep things going. You got a cat crawling up your back.
Hi, kitty.
But yeah, I don't know, bro. If I had all these, man, I'm sure you could pull some fat ass buds off them. If you're running all of it.
Dude, Is that your thing?
The feeding schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the feeding schedule I'm running now. I don't have all of them, but that's the one I'm running now. I'm running the base nutrients plus bud candy.
Yeah.
And then if you scroll down, that's their like advanced line.
Dang. Piranha, Rhino Skin,
Nirvana.
Tarantula, Voodoo Juice, Piranha, Bud Factor, Rhino Skin, B52, Nirvana, Bug Igniter.
Hey, dude, get down.
How could you stay up with that?
What do you mean? How could I
Like-
stay up with
like,
that?
Not just
How
you,
could I stay up mixing it?
Anybody, like, with that many different parts.
To mix it?
No, just having to make that many parts. Yeah, mixing it basically
Yeah,
every
I
time.
know it would fucking suck. Trust me, it already fucking sucks. I
Do
walk in there and look at the nutrients and go, do I have to?
I thought with just mine, I have an A, a B, CalMag, and a cleanse. I thought that was a lot, but that's a lot.
Yeah.
And then how much did you say it was? Like $50 a piece?
These bottles are like $50 a pop.
Dude, there's a couple grand in freaking...
For the littler ones that are like this, they're like 20 something, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
I honestly don't even know how much Athena costs. I've never bought it.
Jared, we're always on. Athena, yeah, I'm not sure how much Athena costs. I've just looked at these a couple of times while I was in Harvest Tech.
Yeah.
But they run like fucking $50 for these big jugs like
Dude,
this.
that's insane.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
it is.
For something that's salt-based. I mean, shit. You know what I mean?
We have this powdered newts that you hooked me up with right here.
Yeah, see.
I've been running these on one of the plants in there.
Yeah.
On one of those Shinobi Bloods. So I have 3 Shinobi Bloods in there.
Yeah.
And I've been running all 3 different. I have one running the pH Perfect. I have one running straight water. And I have one running this Lotus.
What do you think with Lotus?
They all look the same, bro.
Really?
I'll show you when we get done, but they all look the same. Like the next 2 months are gonna be the determining factor on it.
Right.
Because when you start watching the bud growth is when you're really going to see the fucking difference in growth.
Right.
But otherwise, yeah, they look exactly the same on fucking like size growth.
Yeah. So when you're in flower, how do you go about trimming? Like tomorrow's day 20 in flower for me, so I'm gonna be like going through and,
Lifting skirts,
dude,
as I call it.
I'm gonna freaking Swazi.
I should have took some pictures. I actually just lifted some skirts today.
Well, I'm thinking about like seriously how they. Have you ever seen somebody do a Swazi method?
What do you mean?
Like when they
She's looking it up.
defoliate Swazi style, dude, it's insane. You pluck everything except for bud sites. You completely strip your whole plants.
Of
To
like
where,
all water leaves?
To where everything gets penetrated, and then it shows it like a little ways down the road, and it's completely like grown back. But I'm gonna try it because I got some dense foliage.
Yeah.
Super dense.
So usually what I do is I'll lift their skirts up a
Yeah,
decent amount, at least like a foot.
I did that on day 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought him way up, but now I'm gonna try, like, seriously. Yeah, like completely pick them dry almost.
Huh. Maybe that's kind of what I do.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of like what my plant looks like.
The difference in the growing is like that.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a try.
Yeah.
Yep. Get some.
I mean, I
wind
seen
in
one
there.
dude, Mutt Genetics today, had one posted where it almost looked like he didn't have a single water leaf on that plant.
Yeah. Crazy.
It just looked like he had fucking the little water leaves that fucking sprout up inside the bud.
Yeah. See, and I kind of been messing around. I've got a few plants that have some smaller nugs on them, and I think it's because I pulled the wrong leaves, and
Yeah.
I like took the bud site flower, or the
Well,
bud site leaf.
well, those water leaves are what pull everything up to the site.
Right.
So, and I've noticed that if I pluck wrong ones, that site doesn't grow very much
Right, yeah,
anymore.
it just kind of
Yeah, it kind of just.
falls off. Yeah.
So I actually try to hold off on plucking any leaves until I fucking go into flower,
Yeah.
and then I try to focus them all like down below. If I have to take off big ones up top to let light penetrate, then I will, but
Right.
I don't really care to.
Yeah.
So now when you're feeding, how often do you feed yours?
Me?
Yeah.
Every day.
You a nutrient mix every day?
Every day.
Because this one says, cocoa daily, other substrates 2 to 4 times a week as necessary.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually I use it on every watering, but I also skip a day of skip a day.
Yeah.
So like I'll water Monday and then water again Wednesday and then water again Friday.
Yeah. See, sometimes I can do that, but it just depends on how heavy I water, because I'm only in
Yeah.
1 gallon fabric pots. So and I'm
I guess that's the
Weeks.
part that helps about being in the fucking plastic ones.
yeah, yeah. And so week 7, they're sucking it up.
Yeah.
They're eating it alive. So I go down first thing in the morning before work, and I usually water, and then go to
Jared
work.
said he thinks
come
it's
back.
best to take leaves off little at a time to not shock the plant.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but day 20 is usually one of the best days to.
I'm not even sure how
And,
far along my flower room is right now, actually. I'd have to look at my calendar. I
Yes.
meant to bring my calendar out here.
Yeah.
Ooh, actually, the one I think I have that written down on is right here.
I'm really trying to be better about that.
Bro, dollar store.
Like, I know. I got a good one from the dollar store.
Yeah?
I got one of those. No, it's one of those big ones that's got like a side so you can write notes, and it shows you
Oh.
the month ahead and the month behind.
Damn,
That's
fancy.
kind of a good one.
Okay, so let's see if I can decipher this nonsense that I have written here. So it looks like I harvest the lemon alien guava the 29th of March. And then one of the fried apples and bananas the 5th of April. And two more fried apples and bananas on the 12th. And then the two dementias on the 12th.
Nice.
So I got to harvest 4 on the 12th.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's always a good feeling.
Yeah.
So do you flush?
Well, remember this is my first time running nutrients.
Oh yeah. Are you gonna
But
flush?
on this, it says for week 8, nutrient-free flush period. They have a flawless finish, and that's supposed to sustain your plant with everything it needs.
So that's basically like my fade.
Your
My
fade.
fade at the last 2 weeks. So after this week, I start fade, and it's just the only thing that it gets is fade. PK booster and fade. So
Yeah, so I still have 4 weeks left.
let me see. Let me make
Yay,
sure I'm saying that
man.
right, because I was just looking at it. Yeah, your feeding chart's a little.
Intense.
Yeah. I'll show you mine. So yeah. Week 8 and week 9 is 12 milliliters of PK and 12 milliliters of fade per gallon. So that's my feeding schedule.
Oh, damn.
I mean, compared to yours, there's not much to it.
I mean, yours looks more complicated.
No, it's not. At all. It's super easy. It's easy to remember.
Yeah, so that's kind of like mine.
Kinda, but you got so many different.
Well, yeah, when you get down to the advanced one. But when you're in the basics, it's just that.
The top or the
Both.
bottom?
Both of them.
Both of them.
So you got your growth cycle, and then your bloom cycle.
Well, what do you need so many different things for your bloom cycle for? What is it?
So,
I mean,
the bud igniter, the big bud, and the overdrive they all make your buds bigger,
so they're probably a PK booster.
probably. And then your voodoo juice is your root expander. B52 is bud potency and stalk strengthener. And then you got your bud candy and your flawless finish, and those are your bud taste and terpene enhancement.
Terpene enhancement.
And I have
Nice.
I have the bud candy.
Yeah, I bought some of that bud candy before. I've used some of that. I started off with
That's just like adding molasses.
right. So it's just basically a microbial feed.
Yeah, sugar.
Yeah,
Crazy ass cats.
I love watching. Paul sends me a video pretty much every single day, and I love watching him, dude. He's got his flower room, and seedlings and veg. It's all cool. And I try to tuck as much as I can too, Paul. I mean, it's
I have to
one of the best things you can do.
look up more on this lotus. Can you see if you can find a lotus
Feed schedule.
feed schedule? Because I've legit just been going off of like the package and just kind of like winging it
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's been
Yeah.
looking all right.
yeah,
It hasn't fucking like affected its nitrogen or anything
No.
like that. I mean, they're all emerald green in there.
right.
God, is it gorgeous.
So, I brought a couple books. I was gonna see what it says in here about feeding. And the only thing I do with this is these are like references. I don't
Right.
like to like read it and be like, oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Let's see here.
He said, yeah, exactly. I used Sugar Daddy for a long time, then just switched to molasses. Oh, you want to go full screen with that so I can actually read it? I'm old.
I'm old.
Oh, yeah, see, the Lotus one is all fucking... This one's super complicated.
Oh, it's all ppm readings. Cool. NEC.
So you got your grow powder. I don't have a CalMag powder. I have a Bloom powder. You want to scroll down a little? Your Boost powder is what I just passed her.
Flush.
And Carbo Flush is probably your flushing ingredients. Huh.
Cool. No, is that?
But that's
all
just
the
your
way
seedlings.
through.
No, that's just your seedlings.
No, see where seedling stops at week 2? Oh, it's got the line at the end of seedling at week 2.
Oh, yeah.
So seedlings is week 1 and 2, and then week 1 through 4. That's your month of
your
your month of
vegetative.
veg, and then week 1 through 8 is your flower stage.
Oh.
Yeah. See, and it's weird. Most nutrient companies only give you a month in veg. I mean, and everybody's like, "Well, that's not very much time." But you got to think that first. I mean, even 3 weeks of seedling stage. You know what I mean? Sometimes, and that's what people end up counting in on it. But really, that's its own stage, and then it jumps to vegetation and flower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's where people get it mixed up. They're like, "Oh, I've."
That's where I get it mixed up.
And I have to tell myself that all the time. Like, you got to remember the seedling stage versus vegetation.
Yeah, that's where I get it mixed up.
Yeah. And that's
so really, you only have to be actually running like a month and a half.
right. Yeah. And that's like when I came up
And that's
with
why
the
on clones they run the month.
straight through. Yeah. Because I
The
already
month and then
established.
Straight, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense now.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, you guys' show last night was kick ass.
Yeah.
It was a good show. That was a good show. Paul, man, that guy could talk. And he's always got so much good stuff to say. Let's see here.
So now, what are you putting in your calendar?
And what am I putting in my calendar?
Yeah.
I put start dates when I see, like, so when I say that I started flower, I'll start the day that I flip my tent, like the light cycle, and then I'll write that day down, and then I'll write down when I see pre-flower, and that's when I start counting my days. So like when I start seeing the crown.
What's up, Steve?
Oh, what's going on?
Yeah,
Steve?
Jared, I know that you can veg for months. You can veg the thing for years.
Oh, you could. Yeah, mother plants veg forever.
We're just talking like if you're just like pumping them out,
Yeah.
like we do.
Yeah. Yeah. Pushing them through, one cycle after another. So.
How was the garden today, Steve?
I bet you it's beautiful.
Oh yeah. I had to go spend quite a bit of time in there, Joe.
Yes, ma'am. So, doesn't really talks about organic.
Yeah, and that's where things get all really wonky is when you switch your medians, like between cocoa and soil, your feeding schedules are going to be way different.
Oh,
Your
yeah.
feeding amounts are going to be different.
Yep.
And then when you go over to like hydroponics, that's way different.
Yeah.
And then your living soil, like super different.
Yeah. So like the hydroponic thing, I just don't understand that. Do you like? Because you constantly got water running, so you just drop nutrients into your water and it feeds them that way, or do you constantly have the nutrients in the water?
No, I think you
So
just
you-
put it in like once a day and it'll cycle through and feed them.
See, I've always wondered about that. So this one's
How's it going, Daniel? 45 to 60 days from sprout is how I count. I flip to flower when I have room.
right.
Yeah,
Right.
Paul, I feel you on that, except for I just had to flip my veg room into a flower room.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And now I'm pushed into a freaking 2 foot by 4 foot fucking veg tent that's already overran. Fuck, I'm ridiculous, dude. I just need to shut down the veg tent and flower out and call it good. And
Start
then,
over.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan. So it says
I
there's.
can't though. I have the Sterling and the Khalifa cushion there, plus that Lemon Alien Guava that I fucking cloned.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
Wait till you see that. It looks
Cool with
good.
a tent though, because you can shut all that shit down.
Yeah, it just gets really humid in there.
Right, and that's what I'm dealing with right now.
Like I have the window open right now because it's nice out, and I had the door open with the catio window open, and so it's just blowing straight air through.
Yeah. I wonder-
Hydro, you feed way more because you have to change water out every few days or have to filter it.
Yeah. See, I was wondering about that. How
See, I
often you
keep
do
seeing
water
all these
change.
fucking super crazy hydroponic systems that are like either you got your hydroponic that just circles itself,
Yeah.
you got an aeroponic, or you almost have like a step system where it goes plants, or it goes reservoir, plants, fish.
Yeah.
Plants.
So it filters.
Yeah, and it just keeps going down, and then it
Yeah.
cycles back up and through.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm running into the same thing, going to have 2 flower tents in about 20 days.
It's exactly 20 days to be exact. I think he's talking about the alternative shoes when they flip those.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So have you set a date for the So Below one?
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Now you're just gonna keep teasing me with fucking flyers on it. Throwing.
Wasn't that a cool?
Yeah,
cool
I saw the
picture?
first one and I was like, oh, I'm pumped. And then I seen it posted again and I'm just like, fuck you, quit teasing me.
Well, I was thinking about it. If I start it now, it's gonna interfere with.
The Solo Cup and all
Well, no, it's gonna interfere with the one that Elizabeth puts on.
the alternative shoes one.
No, the one that I'm reigning champion of, the Taste Off.
Oh.
So it's gonna interfere with the fall deal.
Oh, really?
So I'm trying to figure out how I can do it and not have it line up the same.
Well, different people participate in different ones.
I know, but I want to be able to enter that. I want to be able to enter.
Well, I had to sit out some so that I can participate in ones I wanted to. Zach asked, he actually asked if I was participating in an alternative shoes one.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I sat out on the fried apples and bananas and alternative shoes.
For the
One, because I have
Solo.
3 fried apples and bananas. And 2, because I didn't want to be running 2 more growing shows
Right.
while I was waiting on the So Below one.
Right. So I'm just trying to figure it out. I've got some calendaring to do. So
Yeah, so my calendars, I mean, you see that one right there. So that's going to be probably my nutrient calendar, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm not sure yet.
yeah.
So I have a calendar in there that is my veg calendar. It has all my veg dates on it and when they flip to flower.
Yeah.
And then I have a calendar in there that have all my flower dates on it and what day I'll be harvesting them on. Roughly what day I'll be harvesting them
So
on.
are you trying to get yourself onto like a
A
actual
perpetual
schedule?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
that's
want to
what
get
I'm
on a
trying to do, too.
perpetual schedule to where I'm pulling 2 out every 2 weeks and harvesting.
Yeah.
And I want to be at least harvesting at like close to a quarter
Right.
off of each one,
Right.
if not a pound.
From a quarter to a pound.
Or I mean a half is what I meant. A half off of each one.
I was like, damn, that's a big jump.
Yeah, I want to either be pulling off halves off of each one or pounds off of each
Yeah.
one, and that'd be pulling 2 pounds out each week.
Yeah. That's
I mean, Jason said he'll run 4 and pull a pound off of each one.
cool. That's a
And
lot-
I mean,
that's a lot of
he's
herb.
shown me his, and they're just fucking buds that are like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Is he running HPS or?
I'm not sure.
Man, it sounds
I can't
like it.
remember what light he was running.
Sounds like it. Daniel, he's a super cool dude, man.
It's just really hard to get on that 2-week cycle because you've basically just got to start with 2, and then I guess you'd wait 2 more weeks and seed out 2 more, right?
Well, the way I kind of see it is it's kind of hard to do it with seeds unless you're constantly popping. You know what I mean? To keep yourself in that range of being able to put big enough plants in every 2 weeks. So my thing is I'm trying to get it onto a 28.
Well, even with a seed, I mean, you see how giant those things are after. And I flipped them to flower 2 weeks early,
yeah.
just because of how big they were.
I'm still trying to wrap my brain around
But-
how the whole.
But so if you were to see, that's where my issue is when I pop seeds, I don't like popping just 2. I want to pop 4 every time
Me
on
too.
each one because I know how my seed luck goes, and it's always like a fucking 25, 75%.
Yeah, and you're popping FEMs too, right?
Now
Yeah.
I've worked into my fucking feminine batches. I had just fucking regulars, just giant stack of fucking regular seeds, bro.
Yeah.
That
makes
shit
it
was rough
tough.
because every single one I fucking popped was a fucking male.
Yeah.
I was pissed, dude.
Yeah, and
I had
it's-
literally 2 out of all of them that were female.
To stay on the schedule when you end up getting shit like that all the time. makes it
That's the
tough,
other thing.
You know.
That's the other thing.
So that's why I'm thinking that clones are the way to go if you're gonna do that. That way you can constantly, especially on a 2-week schedule. I mean, maybe on a 28-day cycle you can possibly do it from
Yeah,
seed.
Jared said
know?
need a mother plant, and then you just take clones as needed.
Right. Either way, dude. It's
I'd have to get my cloning down better though because my cloning takes forever.
I'm getting it down
Yeah.
in about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, it's what I figured out is it's all about steady temperature and moisture.
Yeah. Mine are all really, really limp in there,
Yeah.
but I mean, I don't think they're dead.
Are you what are you cloning in? Just water, or are you using pods?
Pods.
Do you have heat mat?
I don't have it running in there.
See, that's one thing you should try as a heat mat, and then
Yeah.
humidity.
Well, it's humid as fuck in there already, but I also have a little humidome over there, a little cage.
Yeah.
Just not that humidome I was using because there was something funky with it. It needs like fucking washed out or something.
Yeah. So what I do is I'll soak my peat pods for 24 hours in a root solution, and then I'll cut my clones. I'll dip them, put them in. I'll put them in my AC Infinity deal. I'll set my
See, I want to get one of those.
$60.
I know.
$80 or 85 or 90, you can get the 2 lights that go on top and the heat mat, which that's probably the better way to go about it.
Yeah.
But if you can keep your temperature steady, and then as your little pods kind of dry out, just kind of pull them out, and I just make a root solution water and just dip them in there, and then I put them back in the same spot. And I mean, I was having a tough time doing it until I got a heat mat that had a control, so I could control the heat and know exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it was for me,
Yeah.
and just consistency, constant, like every day. Take the lid off. Clean the inside of the lid out, all the moisture. Check the bottom of your reservoir, make sure it's got a 1/4 inch of root in solution water, and just moisture. I mean, Dad says that he could show us how to clone his way, which some of those guys are getting clones in 8 to 10 days. He said he could get them in 10,
Yeah.
that's fucking badass.
Maybe I'm just expecting them to come out quicker than they actually do.
I kind of thought that way. And that's one thing that I write down on my calendar is when I start.
See, I forgot to write down my clone dates. I feel like
Because that way you know how many days you're at. You're like, fuck. But if you don't write it down, you're like, oh, well.
yeah, I totally forgot to write these ones down.
It should be right
I
now.
ran out of mammoth root plugs and tried Root Riot and have had horrible success rate with those for clones.
And that's what I'm using, Paul, is the Root Riot.
Hey, so what is this CalMag?
Calcium, magnesium. So I think you need calcium during vegetation and magnesium during flower. It's just a supplement.
Oh, okay.
I use it every feeding.
How much do you use?
2 milliliters per gallon every feeding.
All the way through?
Yeah. And then I use 2 milliliters to cleanse. all the way through.
What's cleanse?
It's so it basically helps with salt buildup. I've never really had an issue with salt buildup, and every time mine, what it says is it helps with the salt and it keeps your roots clean, like white. So every time I harvest, I always pull my plant roots out and look to see the color of them, because most of the time they're brown, or you know what I mean. They're always white and healthy.
Dechlorinator.
Yeah, for dechlorinating your water. Instead of let it sit overnight, you put that stuff in there and it'll dechlorinate your water. It's not a bad thing.
Oh, so it's kind of like reverse osmosis.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Pretty much. I don't use it. I just let my water sit. I'm thinking about doing a big air stone though, this year. Like for my outdoor.
I want to get a big reservoir.
I got a big 50-gallon drum. Blue, like a food grade one. I'm going to fill that up with water and run air through it to...
It'd be nice to put two 10-gallon water tanks right outside the trailer on each side.
Just filling up with rainwater.
No, not even rainwater. I'd fill them up with regular water, just ginormous ones. Since I'm not putting them inside, that's too big. I like Root Riot, but they hold so much moisture. I didn't like them later in life. They also don't break down well.
I haven't really had
Jiffy
problems with
pods
mine.
don't break down very well.
I tear the lining on the outside off.
That's what I started doing.
Yep. I was wondering about that, and I seen how easy it came, because I use Jiffy pods on my seeds this go around, because I never used
All
it
right,
before.
and then this Orca premium liquid mycorrhiza
Mycorrhiza?
with beneficial bacteria. What do you think this does?
I think it's for your roots.
Orca contains premium mycorrhizal fungi and beneficial bacteria. These fungi build a microbial system in and on plant roots, which greatly enhance plant vigor. At the same time, the bacteria enhances the vibrancy of the root system.
I use it. I use the powder of that stuff when I transplant. That's what I use it for. I don't know if that's like an actual feed though. Highly inoculant that combines 4 potent endomycorrhizal species. Huh. Designed to be watered in or run through hydroponic irrigation systems. Enhances water and nutrient uptake in plant roots. That's kind of cool.
It says 1 milliliter per gallon, okay to use up to 3 times recommended rate.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I've always used the powder form. I've never used the...
I wonder if you'd
Okay.
like... Oh, it says contains non-plant food ingredients.
Is that a good thing or a bad
I don't know. Dad, you still here?
thing?
They help with the uptake of nutrients and breakdown of organic matter. So adding a milliliter to your gallon each feeding would probably be pretty beneficial then.
Sounds like it.
See, that's why I'm glad we're doing this episode, because I have all these, like this CalMag, this dechlorinator, this Orca,
Yeah.
that I don't have any idea what it is and what it does and whether or not I'm supposed to be using it.
I'm surprised that you
Jared
haven't
said,
had
damn, time to
use.
take a dab. I fucking agree with you. I've read some very big ass words.
I'm surprised you haven't had to use CalMag yet.
What do you mean? I use Lockwood water that has 14 contaminants in it, one that gives you diarrhea.
Right? Yeah, I mean...
I'm sure there's some CalMag in that shit.
I don't know how much different can your water be than mine, though.
Not much different.
Yeah.
It's the same
I
water.
might have to use... Maybe it's just because I've always
Steve
used
says
it.
use it when you transplant.
That's what I thought. That's when I use it, when I transplant.
Oh, okay. So I'll start using it when I do a transplant. And
Yeah.
feed with that.
Just kind of water it in.
Yeah. Well, no, I'll mix it into a gallon of normal feed and then just feed them that one run with it. I have like 30 gallons now. So I'm able to like label them off as week 1, week 2, week 3 so that when I don't use a week 8 for a week 1
Yeah.
and have the solution coating the inside of the gallon, making that week 1 one
Yeah.
extra strong.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it is fungi. What Ryan Works said.
Yeah.
So for transplanting, there's one more bottle down there, but we're gonna do a dab.
Yeah. So like
See, I
when-
said dad, are you still there? And he
Yeah,
popped out of the
yeah.
works.
So when I use it, I use the powder, and I basically I get my hole all over like
And
I do.
I think it was Daniel do that,
Yeah, and you just sprinkle it.
or
in.
maybe it was Paul.
I think it was Paul. Paul.
Yeah,
well,
it
Paul
was
sprinkled
Paul.
some powder into
Yep.
a couple different powders into his.
Yeah,
But yeah.
it's such a science to fucking growing now, dude.
Oh, and I like a lot of it, and there's some stuff that I don't like. I want to try the gosh darn, not cloning, but what is it called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. It's from Athena.
Yeah.
I mean, not from
culture,
Athena.
tissue culture.
Yeah, tissue culture.
I really want to try that bad. I was just watching a thing on it, and like it actually showed what they do. So they mix up the solution, and then the plant just sits in like a petri dish.
Yeah, he
Literally,
said it was
like a little
Paul, but
cutting.
he does it too. Do you have any CO2 bags or anything? So my room has
No.
a shit ton of leaks in it.
Yeah.
So it'd be useless to run a CO2 bag because it would all leak out. But with that being said, it is constantly pulling fresh CO2 from outside.
Right. And when you sit in there and talk with your plants or breathe, you're emitting tons of CO2. That's what I like about it.
And I feel like that's why they're so emerald green. Is because of how much air leak is in
Right.
there.
So my room's pretty much sealed, and
Yeah, but you were talking about putting a duct in there to pull the air
Right.
out. So you're gonna have to
Yeah.
put a duct in there to push air in.
right. Well, it's not like I'm gonna be. I want basically what I want to use it for is just like it'll go off every 15. Well, no, that was almost bad. Not every 15 minutes, but I want it to go off in intervals.
Right. So it just like empties the entire room basically.
Yeah, and then everything's good after that. You know what I mean?
But you're still gonna have to pump new air in.
I don't want to cut another hole in my wall.
I know, but you're still gonna have to pump new air in.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess you're probably right.
CO2 bags don't raise the CO2 all that much.
And they're so
No
expensive.
CO2 for me. I like to spend about hour a day to boost CO2 the natural way, and I have Mondo Airflow going.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul's got a lung room and all sorts of shit.
Wait till you learn about phosphorus solubilizing bacteria, Canaman. So much science. Troglodytes are my favorite to look for. I pump the shit out of CO2. Our rooms are sealed. I have teens. They never shut up. Best CO2.
Exactly, Brittany. That is the best CO2. Yeah.
1,500 ppms during peak flower. No wonder your shit turns out so fucking
Oh
insane
man.
looking.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd love to keep it sealed, but I'm just afraid to have that extra moisture and heat in there during flower. I do not want mold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want mold at all.
Yeah.
And
feel you,
I'd
bro.
love to run a CO2 burner in there too.
But if you were to run like multiple fans, even outside the room, because you run the multiple ones inside that tent. But what if you were to run a couple outside it too?
I do have one outside of it.
One. What if you were to put one in the corner and one in the other corner so that it kind of like.
Kind of rotating it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even one down below, kind of pushing up, and then one go.
It's a
I don't
whole.
know.
I don't know. I'm almost wondering. I'm gonna try to take that tank out. Daniel gave me two 800 watt 4x4 lights, Mars Hydro. Yeah, That's what I said. Literally brought him over to my house yesterday. Dude, he is a badass. And he brought me that Khalifa Kush picture. Did you see that? Yeah.
I know. I want to start doing that with a bunch of my pictures.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But I want to put those in that room
like, I have
off the
this picture.
ceiling and run without a tent and see if that makes a difference. Because I think that tent might be what's catching all the moisture.
Yeah.
In making it so humid. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I think if I take
That's
that
what I feel
out,
about that room, because that room didn't get that humid. It got hot, but not humid.
Not humid.
But now that I have to seal that tent,
Yeah.
it gets super fucking humid.
Yeah. I think that's what my problem is.
What's your PPFD? You're welcome, bro. I ran our rooms without CO2 for our first couple crops, and we can see the difference now that we do run CO2.
Yeah. And then he was also saying, Steve was telling me about that underlighting. He said it added an extra 500 grams per plant.
No way.
Yeah. And I think that's wet weight, but
Holy
that's still a
shit.
lot. Correct me if I'm wrong, Steve. I mean, that underlighting is, I'm really, really looking into it. There's quite a few new companies that are running it. So do you think different nutrients make your
Like
weed
that one
taste
would
like
make a
different
good
things?
picture.
Nice. Yeah, that'd be a cool picture. That's really good detail. Did you take that with your phone?
Uh-huh.
Wow. That's a good one. I don't think mine looked that good at all.
And then there's this one.
Nice. Hell yeah, dude. I don't take very good pictures. Lindsay tells me all the time.
Well, I pay for a $1,200 phone, so
Holy cow.
I get super anal about
Yeah,
some of the
you
pictures.
better have the best pictures around. Cool.
I mean, I do have a professional camera in my phone, so I better be taking good pictures.
Yeah, you better. That's
It's the
very good-
reason.
very
It's
good
one
point.
of the reasons I buy those phones.
I don't even
He said yes, wet weight.
Yeah,
If
wet
you
weight.
don't have an inline fan with a controller in a tent, you are asking for trouble.
100%, Steve said. It's worth it. That's awesome.
I know if I ran underlighting in those rooms, oh dude,
Right.
they'd be with how they already look, they'd be even fucking more insane.
Do you notice a nutrient intake increase with that underlighting? Does it make it feed more? I wonder if it would.
I'm sure it does.
You know what I mean? Extra 500 grams of wet weight, dude. That's a lot.
Yeah. Because, I mean, that probably transfers to 250 grams.
Yeah. Cool.
And, I mean, when you're saying it like that, it doesn't actually seem like that much. But when you break it down to, like, an ounce is only, like, 28 grams.
Yeah.
Then it's like, wait,
That's a lot.
250 more grams off? Wait, hold on. Hold the fuck on and shut the front door.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. It'd be cool to show.
Nutrients can have an effect on the final flavor of cannabis plant.
Yeah.
Excessive nutrients can impact the taste and smell of the final product, but certain nutrients such as anthocyanins or anthocyanins have no known effect on taste. Nutrient burn can also affect the potency and flavor of cannabis by causing the plant to allocate more resources towards repairing damaged leaves instead of producing cannabinoids and terpenes. So
Wow.
clip your dead leaves.
Yeah. I've always known that. Yeah.
You said you have like 75% water weight, so that'd be another like 150 grams.
Still. That's
Still, yeah.
That's nice.
That's another like 6 ounces.
Yeah. It's nice.
I'm too chicken to run CO2 at home. Yes, nutrients can affect the flavor of a plant.
Yeah, like, so my buddy, he grew Skunk Hero, and he uses Mills, and I use Athena, and mine tasted like oranges, and his tasted like...
Shit. No, I'm kidding.
Like, like skunky kind of. Like it had a whole different
Mm-hmm.
smell and taste. And I was like, dang.
Well, I feel
know
like
it's a different phenos.
I feel like if we had all met up and tried the snizberry together, it would have all tasted different.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
I mean, you're probably one of the ones that tried the most of it.
I've only actually tried one.
Mine?
Oh no, two then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yours and Alan Foss.
Oh,
Yeah.
how'd his turn out?
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had some
I wish I had gotten more off of mine, but
super dense
but
big buds.
the half ounce I got was really, really fucking stony and really, really hashy.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Like there was so much hash fucking just tumbling off of that.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was insane, dude. Like it would shake the jar and it would just be a puddle of fucking brown.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Somebody else had pointed that out too when they fucking posted their jar there. It's just like shaking to the bottom.
Oh man. Yeah, that was a good strain.
And that's
There's
probably why
a
it
lot
was
of
so
different-
fucking stony.
A lot of different phenos, I'm sure.
Oh
They were
yeah,
none of them were really comparable, which is
Yeah.
crazy, you know.
that was my first grow off, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It
I'll
got
get-
me back in.
I'll get the
It got me back into growing and fucking super setup.
I think I love it, man. It's just
It's relaxing.
right.
Like I could have a shitty day fucking working, and then I just come home and fucking sit
Unwind.
down in the middle of the plants, and it's literally instantly just boom,
Yep.
gone,
Yeah.
calm, chilled.
Yeah. It's a good thing.
Yo, what's up, Ty? How's your night going?
What's going on, Ty? Are you ever gonna try the living soil
Living soil.
instead
I'll
of
probably
running nutrients?
I'll probably eventually switch over to living soil. Have Dad teach me, but you still run nutrients.
Do you?
Yeah.
What?
Well, Dad was running Nectar of the Gods, but they went out of business, so he just switched to a different company.
I didn't think you used any nutrients when you used living soil.
Ah,
Like
pretty-
full on, like no-till living soil. I think instead you feed the soil. But I don't know what kind of nutrients you would use, I guess.
I don't know. I don't know what Yeah, I know he was using Nectar of the Gods, and then that went out of business, so he just had to switch to a new one. But he said the new one is like way better.
Yeah, so I can't remember how. Oh, when the first time they went on Elizabeth's show, maybe I don't actually remember. Anyways, I won a sweatshirt and a hat, and it was from Steve, and I thought, oh yeah, cool. I'm getting a So Below sweatshirt, So Below hat, you know, and then I got it, and I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, that's not his logo. You know? But then I realized it was a Nectar of the God hat and sweatshirt. I still have
Oh.
it, but I think they went out of business.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was bummed that it wasn't So Below, but
And
it
that
was,
would be why I never got a starter kit from them.
Yeah.
I emailed them 4 times.
Yeah.
They went out of business though.
Yeah. Yeah.
He
so
said he uses
amended
amended soils.
So basically,
Always feed the soils. Yes, you feed the soils, not the plant. Steve said he's not living soil. Oh, I thought you were.
no. He amends his soils.
Oh.
So you're basically, it's all blood meal and bone meal and all that,
Yeah.
and then you kind
And then a lot of stirring.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what he
that's-
was. That's what he was meaning by I had to mix soil today. My
Yep.
arms are dead.
Yep. You're making your own soil pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is one thing that I've started to try. I did that with all of my.
He's not out of business yet.
Yeah.
Almost.
I did my clones. I mixed my own soil for those, so I didn't have to feed them as much,
Uh-huh.
and they're doing really well. Actually.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. And all I did is I put a little bit of worm castings, extra perlite so the water goes through a little bit, and a little bit of blood and bone. And they're doing all right.
Nutrients are like an IV or McDonald's. Not what the plant needs, but wants as it becomes dependent, not knowing how to create exudes to call for food. I no-till my living soil bed.
Yeah.
Nectar is a hummit and calcium-based nutrient line.
Huh.
Instead of a salt base.
Yeah. So like the no-till, that's basically like you just cut your cover crop, like you're mowing your grass, and
Uh-huh.
you just throw everything back in there, and it regenerates itself, I guess. And then tilling, I don't know what I guess you churn your soil.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's cool though.
So many different fucking methods.
Right.
So insane.
I want to do the one that every single time it's the same outcome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if say you were to grow the same plant over and over from the same mother, same clones, you know what I mean? And have the same exact outcome every time. It's hard to do when you're
Yeah.
mixing nutrients and stuff like that. I feel like that would be the best way to go about it. Carbon-based extract nutrients. Yeah, there's so many K and F. I don't understand that stuff. It's so weird. Have you ever seen it? It's like, I don't know if I could be wrong, but it's like rice based, and then they like it breaks down a bunch of other stuff, and it.
Exactly. I don't disturb the top lay much at all. Just scratch it up.
Yeah, KNF. It's and Boshi, I think, is another one. Kabashi or I can't remember. Or Trackety, maybe. I think that's a water system actually.
I don't know. I can't wait to get into these crazy grows like the bonsai or the computer case. That one will be cool.
Yeah. I was thinking about that computer case one, man. You really, it's almost basically like the solo cup grow, but almost even smaller.
Yeah,
You know,
kind of. But that's
it
also
could
what
grow
the
tall.
bonsai is.
It couldn't just grow wide.
Yeah, but that's kind of like the bonsai.
Yeah.
If you do it the way Manny does it, not the way your guy does it. Your guy does the long, stretchy bonsai where he can like shape the branches and the stuff.
Yeah.
And then Manny does the short triangular type ones like a normal traditional bonsai you'd find.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's gonna be fun.
It'll never be the same though unless the environmental and everything are exact in the same mother stock. Yeah, it'd be really, really hard to replicate exactly
Right.
the same all the way across every time.
Yeah.
Could probably come close, but with differing in like probably like a couple points on terpenes and THC.
Yeah. Yeah. It'd be cool though to see. I mean, as close as possible, anyways.
All right, so this is week 7 of our Sterling.
Yeah.
This was episode 6 of Grow Talks because we missed last week. So that means next week will be the beginning of week 8 of the Sterling. So it will be the last week of veg for it.
Yeah.
Which is wild as fuck because they're still pretty small.
Mine's actually getting big. The one.
Mine still looks pretty small.
Well, how many notes high are you?
I don't know. Mine's stretched to the side, remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. Well, maybe that's why that one is about. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that is why.
I could flip it if I wanted to.
Yeah, maybe that is why. Because it's all stretched to the side and it has a bunch of fucking colas all leveled out now.
Growing up to one side.
Yeah, it's all leveled out now.
That's cool though. Getting all trained out and ready to roll.
Yeah. She's looking healthy. It would help if I put her under that blue light and not the LED light, probably.
Yeah.
But, I mean, the ones in there are so big, I can't really get her under that blue light. And that's why they're under the LEDs.
Yeah. Space problems, huh?
You'll see. You'll see. All right, guys. Have a fantastic Saturday night. I'll see you back here for morning mass. Tomorrow morning. I'm not 100% sure what time we're starting morning mass. We'll figure it out.
Sunday morning mass.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Always is.
Always is.
This was a really good episode. So next week is week 8. Or the start of week 8. So we talked nutrients this week. What should we talk about next week?
Flower?
What do you mean flower?
Like flower stage? Flipping the flower?
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty much where we're at. We're gonna be flipping the flower. You know what I mean? Some people
Yeah.
like to go 2-3 days in the dark before they give it 12-12. There's so much weird things to do when people are doing these days
wild.
before flip. Yeah. I've seen some weird stuff in these groups that I've
The
been.
tap screw.
That's crazy.
He's all that's crazy. Now the tap screw is so you take a screw and you stick it right through the fucking stock,
That's crazy.
the bottom of the stock. You drill it right through.
Why?
It's supposed to send it into. It's supposed to be like some of the most stressful.
You're
So
stressing the shit out
yeah,
of your
it's supposed to stress the living fuck out of the plant the entire time it's in flower.
Why are we trying to?
Because stressing them is what causes them to trichrome out.
So and so basically what we do with LED lights and high pressure sodium is we act like it's the sun, but it's like burning them up, so that's what gives them the trichome production that way. But this is just an added process.
Yeah, there's multiple processes that you can add on to try and up your trichrome.
What is it? BDSM kind of
BDSM.
Yeah, get the whips and chains out for your plant.
Hey, we appreciate that, Greg. So I'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning
Have a good
for
night, everybody.
morning mass. Have a fantastic Saturday night. Stay safe. Stay stoned.